What's going on, guys? Spud here, and welcome to Spudball episode 28. And today's episode, we are going to be doing my 2025-26 UEFA Champions League phase predictions. So we did this last year. Obviously, this is just the league phase, and then when we get to the knockouts, we'll do the UEFA Europa League and UEFA Europa Conference League as well. But for now, we are just going to be doing the UCL league phase predictions. Obviously, um, like last Thursday, I don't know when it was, the draw happened. Obviously, I was quite happy with who Liverpool got. Obviously, there's a couple of tough games in there, but I'd expect them to get through with what they've got. If you do enjoy this video, please do like as well. Um, and yeah, so we're gonna have individual predictions for the league phase, and then I've also got my teams I think are gonna qualify and um teams that will not qualify and teams that will get in the playoffs, etc. This was Some of the teams are difficult to choose. I've kind of not gone for any major shocks, but obviously we'll expect them to have a few major shocks in because otherwise it wouldn't be the Champions League. So, first of all, these are my UCL League first predictions, individual awards slash a few team awards. It's half and half pretty much. Top scorer during the league phase, I'm gonna go for Harry Kane. I think I think Bayern Munich have got some games where if Harry Kane does start, he will score a lot of goals. They also have got some pretty tough games as well. I mean, they have to go to the Emirates, they have to go to the Parc des Princes, they face Chelsea at the Allianz as well. So there is going to be some difficult games for Bayern, but I think Harry Kane will score in those games anyway. Most assists I've gone for Yamal. Obviously Yamal gets more assists than goals normally, and I think he'll continue that trend. I think Barcelona will also score the most goals in this league phase. I've gone for Barcelona. I've looked at who they play. Yeah, they're going to have a couple of tough games, of course. I mean, Newcastle away won't be fun. PSG at home won't be that fun. Chelsea away won't be that fun. But their other games, I think they can score a lot of goals in. And I think they'll score goals in their other games as well because their attack's that good. Least goals conceded, I've gone for Arsenal. Yeah, they've got one or two difficult games, but I think the rest of them will be alright. Dark horse, I've gone for Club Brugge. I think Club Brugge are a very good team. Obviously, they absolutely annihilated Rangers, and I think they could challenge for top eight. Do I think they'll get it necessarily? Probably not, because they have got a few difficult games. But I think they could have a really nice campaign here. Flop, I have gone for Atalanta. Obviously, Ivan Juric somehow got the job. I'm not expecting big things from Atalanta in this UCL phase. Obviously, Ademola Lookman's ended up staying, didn't he? Obviously, he wanted to leave, so they're going to have to integrate him back into the team. But I just don't know if they're. I don't know with Atalanta. It's a weird one. They'll either be terrible or they'll actually do all right. No in between. One to watch, I've gone for Pablo Barrios, one of my favourite midfielders that doesn't play in England. It was actually a toss-up between him and Alex Baena from Atletico Madrid, but I've gone for Pablo Barrios because he's had a good start to the season, even though Atletico Madrid haven't. So, top 8 time. I will explain why I've put these teams in the top 8. So here we go. So Liverpool obviously are the best team in England, and I think most of their games are pretty decent. Obviously, there's going to be a couple of tough games, but that's the Champions League. I actually think they've got a better schedule this year than they did last year, and they ended up finishing first, which then ended up not working out in their favour because they had to play PSG and then lost some penalties. Arsenal, obviously, I've already said I don't think they're going to concede many goals, and they are a very good team, so I expect them to be there. Barcelona, by the way, this is not in order, just so I haven't ordered where each team's finishing. I've just put them in the top 8. Barcelona, yeah, they're defensively they're still a bit unsure, but I think their attack is very good that they'll win games just by outscoring the opponent. Bayern Munich, I have gone for them to get top 8, but it's a very, very close one just because they have some really difficult fixtures. They can get some results when they play the PSG, they play PSG, I think I said. They play Arsenal, they play Chelsea, those are the games where if they can get some points from those, they'll be fine. I think Chelsea will get top 8. I think just their midfield's just really good. Um, PSG obviously are the reigning champions. I expect them to get top 8 because they're obviously really good. And they've got Vitinha, João Neves, Doué, Dembele. But Dembele and Doué just got injured for France's game against Ukraine last night. So they might be missing those players for the first game, potentially, of the UCL phase. Real Madrid are Real Madrid. That's all I'm going to say for that. Yeah, they didn't do it last year. But I think that they're a better team this year. I think they're going to be conceding less, and yeah, it's going to take. Obviously, they've not really had like an amazing start, but it's going to take Alonso a bit of time just to get used with the new players. Alexander Arnold, Huijsen, Mastantuono, I don't know how to say it, sorry, Alvaro Carreras, It's going to just take a bit of time still for them all to gel in. So I wouldn't say there's too much to worry about yet for Real Madrid. And then I've actually gone for Spurs. Now I could have went for them as the dark horse of the league phase. I probably should have, but I've gone for Spurs in the top 8 just because of their fixtures. If we have a look at their fixtures, they play Villarreal at home, Bordeaux Glimt away, Monaco away, FC Copenhagen at home, PSG away, that can be a write-off, Slavia Prague at home, and Borussia Dortmund at home and Frankfurt away. Very, very, very winnable games there for Spurs. I expect them to get not only in the top 8, but I think they could probably get in the top 4 here of the league phase. Obviously they've brought in some good players, Xavi Simons, Mo Kudus, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that prediction of Spurs. I think maybe I should have put them as the dark horse, but I didn't want to just go for an English team. Obviously, the name you probably realise that I've missed off the most there is actually Manchester City. So now we go to our 9th to 24th. These are the teams that will get the playoff game. They have to play a two-legged game against another team, roughly around like the opposite of where they are. So if they finish 9th, they'll either play 23rd or 24th. Basically, 9th and 10th will play 23rd, 24th. So I've gone for Atletico Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Benfica, Club Brugge, Galatasaray, Inter Milan, Juventus, Manchester City, Marseille, Monaco, Napoli, Newcastle, PSV, Athletic Club, Villarreal, and Bayer Leverkusen. So I'm pretty happy with these ones. There is obviously some questionable names that I've missed off, which again we'll talk about when we go to the eliminated section. I'll briefly just the teams that you'd expect, like your Atleticos, your Dortmunds, your Inters, your Juventus. I'm not really going to talk about them. Benfica's a weird one because obviously I've left out Sporting, but I've included Benfica. I just think Benfica will be better in the Champions League. That's literally all I can say. I mean, if we look at who Benfica play, they've got Karabakh. I mean, they've got a couple of tough games in England. Leverkusen at home, Napoli at home, Juventus away, Real Madrid at home. They actually have a really difficult schedule. Um, Sporting's is definitely better than Benfica's, but I think Benfica will just sneak into the top 24. But let's just see what happens. I think there'll be some good, uh, some good games at Estadio de Luz. But we'll just see what happens. Club Brugge, like I said, dark horses for me. I think they'll get a decent placement. I don't think they'll be scraping into the playoffs. I think they'll comfortably be in the playoffs. Galatasaray, obviously they haven't been in the Champions League. They weren't in the Champions League last season, but they're obviously back this year. Yeah, they've got a couple of tough games. If we actually look at their fixtures here. Frankfurt away, Liverpool at home. That's a big game. Liverpool at home. Bordeaux at home. Ajax away. Union Monaco, Atletico, Man City. Yeah, they've definitely got enough games there to get the points they need to get top 24. Um, Obviously Man City, I just think they won't. They'll just drop a few too many points, but they'll get like 10th or 11th. I think they'll just miss out on top 8. Obviously a few French clubs there. Napoli are good. Newcastle have got some difficult games. But I think they'll get top 24. Obviously, do they have the squad depth maybe that they probably want? Maybe in like the defense department now, but I still don't think they've got enough midfielders. Um, if we look at who they play, be Barcelona at home, Union away, Benfica at home, Athletic Club at home, Marseille away, Leverkusen away, PSV at home, PSG away. I mean that PSG away game is going to be a brutal game if they're trying to push for top 24. PSV, I've gone PSV over Ajax just because PSV will score more goals and have more attacking threat, and then Athletic Club, Villarreal, and Bayer Leverkusen. Which then leaves the eliminated team. So Ajax, I'd prefer Ajax to get in over PSV because obviously Johnny Heitinga, Vítězslav Jaros, James McConnell, But I think Ajax won't have enough in the attacking department. Atalanta, yeah, again, this one probably is a bold prediction. I just don't think Ivan Juric is a good manager. Bodo Glimt, Copenhagen, yeah, kind of expected. Frankfurt, I'm not too sure on how Frankfurt have done so far. I've just actually had a look. They've had a pretty nice start to the Bundesliga. Maybe I was a bit harsh on Frankfurt here. I mean, they have got some difficult games, but so does everyone. We'll have to see. Maybe that was harsh. Kairat Almaty, yeah, no chance for them. Pretty impressive they got to the Champions League though. Olympiacos, I'm not sure on Olympiacos. I'd like Olympiacos to get top 24. I'd quite like Olympiacos. I used to have I bought an Olympiacos like retro shirt once from Sports Direct for like a fiver when I was like a lot younger. Paphos from Cyprus, amazing that they got here, but they're gonna get absolutely destroyed. Uh, Karabakh, I just think that Karabakh will make it challenging for when teams come to Azerbaijan. It will make it a bit challenging for them, but I'm gonna go with Karabakh to get eliminated. Alongside Slavia Praha, which again I think they can make their home games challenging for the away teams. Sporting is probably quite harsh, but I don't know how they're gonna play without Victor Gyökeres in Europe. And then Union Saint-Gilloise from Belgium, I just obviously just don't think they've got the squad to get top 24. But there will be some shocks along the way. You've got to remember that it is the Champions League after all. But we'll see what happens when it comes to it. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know who you think is going to get top 8, who's going to be the surprise of the league phase, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.